gonna give y'all a minute to realize that I am here, and I'm gonna try not to be on here very long, because I really don't want to be on here very long talking. I am very, very tired. It's been a very, very long day. I hope you guys have had a productive week. It's been a very productive week. First of all, for those of you that don't know, Rashida Strober in the building, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. Oh, it's exhilarating. It's just exhilarating. Hey, Ryan's Creek. Shout out to you. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you had a great day. Y'all, if I'm low energy, forgive me, because I'm like really sleepy and tired. I want to go home and lay down. I want to stop thinking. So yes, I am here, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna probably do a live with my attorney. We had talked about it, and we're gonna maybe come onto my channel and discuss my case, discuss my federal case, because that's the one I'm going to be talking about. That's the one I'm referring to right now. So my attorney, I think we probably going to end up doing a live on my channel. So y'all look out for that, because it's been a long time coming. It has not been easy by no means. It's been, when I tell y'all, it's been difficult. Like, I can't even put it into words. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm physically tired. And the physical tired just comes in because I've been working and moving around all day. But I'm mentally tired more than anything. I spent almost 3 years of my life devoted and dedicated relentlessly to the pursuit of justice, because that's really what it boils down to at the end of the day. I knew in my heart that an injustice had been done to me, committed against me, and I was seeking justice. And so I refused to give up. I refused to stop. And I'm telling you, when I tell y'all it was extremely difficult, it's an understatement. I mean, I went to lawyers, and they told me no. I've had people told me, hey, you got a great case, but they didn't want to pursue it. I've had people that I retained as my attorney, and they backed out because they were afraid. That's literally what happened. But I knew in my heart that I was correct. I knew that an injustice had been done against me, and I kept fighting, and I won. I'm so thankful to God. I have the paperwork right here. I actually have a copy of the check. My attorney sent me a copy. He sent me a copy of the check, but I have all the paperwork right here. This is the breakdown from my attorney that I met with today. This is the breakdown right here. And when you win a case, you get the fee breakdown and all that. These are the numbers. I am just like so grateful to God, because I fought so hard for this. I fought so hard for justice, and I actually won it. Again, this is a copyright infringement case that was presided over in federal court, the federal court right here in Tampa, Florida. There's different districts around the United States, and copyright law is a federal issue. So it's the federal court. And I'm just gonna read a little bit. By the way, y'all, this is public information. I mean, nothing that I'm saying is a secret. It's public information, literally. Yes, public information. Y'all know what to do. Y'all can Google me. I don't have a reason to come on here and lie, but what I'm doing is coming on here. This is not about anybody else. This is about Rashida Strober speaking out on my story as a YouTuber, as a person that comes onto the internet to spread a message about being dark skinned, and the vicious attack that I underwent back in 2020. and I'm here to tell my story. And like I said, what I'm thinking that I'm going to do is me and my attorney, we discussed it already. He's probably going to come on here and we're going to discuss the case. And you know, I just want justice to be served. And I do feel like in my case that justice has been served. And I'm just like so grateful to God, because y'all have no idea of how hard I fought. Yes, Tone 202. Yes. So it says Rashida Strober v. I'm not going to mention the person's name. I'm just going to read the case number. Even though I could, I don't have a gag order or anything like that against me. And I want to make it clear that this video is not, this is about my case. This is about me telling my story. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It has something to do with my right, my constitutional right to tell my story and speak about my case. And that's what I'm here to do. The United States District Court, Middle District of Florida, case number 820 CV 2663 MSSJSS. The United States District Court, Northern District of Georgia, case number 1822 MI0057. And then we have case number S as in Sam, T as in Tom, S as in Sam, V as in Victor, 202-300-1249. All right. So that's the case numbers. This is all public record. I mean, it is what it is. I don't even have to read this case number to y'all. Y'all can Google Rashida Strober lawsuit, federal lawsuit, and it's public record. It is what it is. It all stemmed from back in 2020 when I was producing my play about dark skin, because I'm the world's first and only dark skin activist. And I have been speaking about dark skin. I have been the dark skin activist before social media even existed, before YouTube, before anybody came up on a platform speaking in a way that was like, you know, a topical way about colorism. Because before my movement, dark skin activism, excuse me, nobody had ever created a movement, gone so far as to create a movement specifically to fight against colorism before dark skin activism. The person that came closest, and she didn't create a movement and she didn't call herself an activist, but I'll give her credit, is a woman named Cola Booth. She's the person that comes the closest. And the reason I always mention her, because she was doing this before social media. There's so many people that have jumped on my bandwagon and have, you know, came out plagiarizing me and doing all this crazy stuff against me since I brought colorism and dark skin activism to the internet. Okay, people have started copying me. Okay, but the reason I mentioned Cola Booth is because Cola Booth was before there was the internet. We have to understand that. So she and myself are really the originators of the movement. And so as a part of dark skin activism, I began to write plays, books, created darkism or colorism commentary. I created commentary about only dark. This was before there was YouTube. Everybody's copying me now. Everybody ride my coattail. But they weren't doing this when it was no YouTube around. They didn't care to do it. People started paying attention to it when they knew that they could come onto YouTube and be seen and make some money and get a platform. I was doing dark skin activism and speaking out against colorism as a movement before there was social media. And so as a part of dark skin activism, I perform a play called A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge. I write plays and books about only dark skin. I'm the first person to do this. The first person to do this. And so before YouTube existed, I was doing my plays on the Dark Skin Activist Tour. And that's basically where I come and do a performance, either an actual full performance of the play, A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge, or a live reading of the play, A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge. The reading, people call it a staged reading. If you just sit there and read from a play in character, that's called a stage reading. So I would either do a stage reading of A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge or a live performance of A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. And I call it being on the Dark-Skinned Activist Tour. And that's just consists of me booking myself in whatever venue I could get in, which I booked my own self on tour at venues like the University of South Florida, which I did a show at in 2013, the Royal Theater 2010, where else have I, the DC Black Theater Festival. I did the festival, I believe it was in 2010 and 2017. The Atlanta Black Theater Festival, which I was the one of the first people on the very first Atlanta Black Theater Festival. I just completed the Atlanta Black Theater Festival. Well, actually, I do have a platform because the federal judge, Sinji, is an angry. Okay, that's your name. I'm reading off your name. You said ridiculous. You're actually getting money for anything you're talking about. You don't have a platform. Nobody knows you. How can someone steal from a producer nobody knows? Well, you can take that up with the federal judge that awarded me $30,000 for my work, which I have the check right here. It's there. I have the attorney's information right here with all the money's broken down. I mean, it's right here. So, I mean, people can say whatever they want to say, but I know that the paperwork doesn't lie, and like I said, this is all public record. So, my work, one of the pieces that I did on my channel, a federal judge has in writing stated that it's worth $30,000, which I received. So at the end of the day, you can say whatever you want. I'm not here to argue with anybody because I don't have to. Because like I said, I got my money. I got what I deserved, what I was entitled to, because I had a great lawyer that understood that an injustice had occurred, and that I was within my constitutional rights to file a cause of action, which I did in the federal court, and a federal judge did award me a total, if you include the attorney's fees, $37,000. So I mean, $30,000 of that was for one of my videos. So you may not find the value in it, but you're not the federal judge that signed the order, so it doesn't matter what you say. What matters is the documents here and the compensation I received for the infringements of my work. So I don't have to get on here and show the check, even though I do have it. Like I said, this is all public record. Anybody can go and research my federal case. I have a federal case that I won. The judgment, the monetary judgment, is for the federal case, the federal copyright infringement case. I also have a appellate case that I won in the 2nd District Court of Appeals, and I also have a state case that I won in the state of Florida. So that's 3 total cases, and they're all public record. So I don't have to show a check. I'm not here to do all of that. This stuff is public. Anybody with intellect and enough whatever they want to do, I don't tell people what to do. I don't control people. I'm on here just to tell my story. So I don't have to prove or show anything to anybody. I don't have to do that. I mean, this stuff is public record. So you know, it is what it is. So yeah. But yes, I have been doing dark skin activism, my plays, my books, and in 2020 I decided to produce another play, and I was online doing interviews with different people, promoting, and I ended up promoting and interviewing in a specific platform. And y'all gotta excuse me, I'm very tired. This has been a long day, very long day. Shout out to my attorney, Life Malcolm. I want to say shout out to you. He is like First of all, if it wasn't for Life Malcolm, who believed in me when no one else did, who believed that I had been served an injustice and he was willing to fight for my rights, had it not been for him, I would not be on here making this particular video. Because remember, I did win my case in the appellate court and also in the state court. But I would not be on here talking about this particular federal case had it not been for Life Malcolm. That's my attorney, Life Malcolm. And so I'm very grateful. Like I am very, very grateful. I could not be more grateful. I could not have more gratitude. So anyway, I was attacked. In the midst of me being attacked regarding my ideas about dark skin, me expressing these ideas unapologetically, doing it my way, my child was attacked. There was a video that I made on my channel that was infringed upon. And when you infringe upon someone's intellectual property, you have a right to get redress, legal redress. So, against the infringer, and that's exactly what I did. So there was a particular video that I had on my channel that was taken from my channel and used without my permission in its entirety. And what I decided to do is, I already knew, I had a basic concept that I was being in my intellectual property, which when you do a video, a YouTube video, like this video I'm doing right now, it's my intellectual property. And if someone infringes upon it by using it without my permission, then I have a right to pursue legal action. I have a cause of action. So what I decided to do, I went and I registered. Well, first what I did is, I knew that I was wrong and I didn't necessarily know which way to go, but I went and I contacted some attorneys, and I had some great attorneys that I did consults with. And I had one attorney that even signed on to be my attorney, but this person became afraid because of all the stalking and harassing that was also simultaneously occurring at the same time that the infringement was occurring. And so she decided to back out the case. But I knew that I was being mistreated. I knew that an injustice had occurred, and I was going to continue to fight, and that's what I did. So I searched and I searched and I searched and I searched and I searched for lawyers. Y'all have no idea. It became my job. Like, literally, I said, I gotta find me an attorney, because I know that my rights have been violated. I know that I deserve justice. And I ended up, after I contacted probably close to 100 attorneys, because that's what you have to do. You have to be relentless. I contacted close to 100 attorneys, and some of those people did want to represent me, but they wanted an exorbitant amount of money up front, which I did not have. And so I tried to convince them, hey, I don't have this money, but can we work out a payment plan, whatever, to get, to retain an attorney. And that didn't work. And well, this wouldn't be considered under fair use, Tone 202, because the video was used in its entirety. The entire video was used, and it was also used maliciously. So that has a lot to do with it. When you're dealing with the federal courts, they look at intent. If you're going to utilize fair use, then you can't be malicious with another person's intellectual property. But this would not fall under fair use for the simple fact that, for two reasons. The video was used in its entirety, number one, without my permission, and it was used maliciously. So there's damages if you get a judgment, there's certain damages that you can ask for. My lawyer, that's why I said, I think I might have Life Malcolm, L-I-F-E Malcolm, Life Malcolm, that is his name. Shout out to my attorney. I think I might have him come on here, because he can definitely explain this better than me. Obviously, he is the attorney, and he is the one that's the reason why I won this case. So I went and I filed the video in question, my intellectual property. I registered it with the Copyright Office. You have to register it. There's a specific process that you go through to register it. And I did that on my own before I had an attorney, because I just was so relentless, and I knew that I had been mistreated and wrong, and I did that part of a lot of the stuff I actually did on my own. I even filed my case in court when I couldn't find an attorney. I filed my own copyright infringement case in federal court, not knowing what I was doing, and the case did get dismissed without prejudice, and that means that you need to go back, fix it, amend it. You got a case here, but you're not filing it correctly, obviously, because I'm not an attorney. So that's the reason why. So after I seen that my case was getting thrown out because I didn't know what I was doing, I said, I gotta find an attorney, because I know I got a case here, because the judge dismissed it with prejudice. That means you just need to correct whatever mishaps and bring it back again. And so I said, this time I'm gonna make sure that that doesn't happen, because I'm gonna get me an attorney. And I was just very relentless, and I was just, hold on y'all, I was just very determined to find me an attorney, and that's exactly what I did. And there was a brother, and I want to say shout out to the brother that lives in Tampa. I got so much respect for you. Thank you if you're ever watching me on YouTube. I was like so frustrated, and I think I must have been, I need an attorney. And I just kept, because that's the thing, you got to keep asking for help. You can never stop asking for help. If you keep asking, if you give up, that's it. Anything you want to do, don't give up. If you know you're right, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. So I kept asking for help finding an attorney, and I had a brother that led me in the right direction to Life Malcolm. And he and I had a meeting. I remember driving over to Tampa to his law firm, and I sat down, and he didn't say nothing. I'm up there just because I was a lot more turned, because I was very upset, because the stuff was still new at the time, just like 2 years ago. And I was like turned up. I was very upset. I was, and he sat there and he graciously listened. He listened. He didn't say nothing. He just let me talk. He listened and wrote. And I also was very meticulous in keeping all of the videos. So that's another thing that you want to do. I'm a very good record keeper. And yeah, that's one of my strong points. So I gathered up all of my evidence. I gathered up every shred of legal documents that I had ever filed. I still have this stuff very neatly and meticulously filed away. I have all the videos on multiple flash drives because I wanted to keep a record of it. And when he asked me for this information, because what happened, he interviewed me. I talked to him for probably about an hour. And he just sat there and wrote. And he told me to turn in, my master's is in political science. Tone 202. He told me to turn in whatever I had. And I came with all the documents. I had the documents from YouTube. I had my copyright filings. I had the videos all on flash drive. And I turned all this information, and I had copies of this stuff. So I was very well prepared. And that's one thing that I would recommend. Listen to me carefully. I don't care if you're not an attorney. It doesn't matter. Organization is key. I know some of y'all think that sometimes I come across as this ranter or whatever. But in my everyday life, I'm an extremely organized person. Everything has a place. So I would highly recommend, and I'm a record keeper, and I document stuff. Okay, I learned that when I was getting I have a bachelor's in history, and we dealt a lot with documents and factual stuff. So I learned how to document everything. I'm a copious note taker, and I like my stuff organized. So I have all my court filings. I can go right to it right now. Some people got their stuff scattered all over the place. No, I need my stuff very meticulously neat. And if you come touching it, you might get yelled at. Don't touch my stuff. Stay away from it. Because I want it nice and neat. Because I was literally At one time, I was my own lawyer. I was pro se. They call it pro se. And so when you are pro se, you need to be very neat and meticulous. And thank God I had a background with history, and my master's degree is in political science. And I'm just naturally very organized anyway, even though, yeah, I know I talk my talk. Y'all can say whatever y'all want, but y'all don't live with me in my everyday life. Y'all don't know how I operate. Y'all don't know how I keep my house really clean. People don't walk in my house with their shoes on. Like I said, everything is organized. I got to have my paper towels lined up, the toilet tissue lined up, the soap over here, the dishes got to be, I'm not perfect, but it's for me. It's for my mind. If everything is organized and clean, I function better. My car gets washed every day, most every day, because I like a nice clean car. I like the car to be organized. I like things to be organized, and that really helped me when I was fighting my case. I would literally get up day in and day out. I was fighting my case. Like, it became an obsession. And when you're after justice, it has to become an obsession. For about 2 years, I was obsessed. I even transcribe videos and I don't know if you guys understand what I mean by transcribe, but it's when you listen to a video and type word for word what it's saying. I transcribed this 5-hour video. It took me about a week, but I sat there and every word that was said, I typed it. So you have to be obsessed. If you want justice, you have, and if I know that I'm wronged, and if I know I got a legal cause of action, that's it. That's it. There's not. I'm gonna keep going. There's nothing that's gonna stop me. I'm gonna find a way, and that's exactly what I did. So organize yourself and become obsessed. And then I started to connect with people that were well versed in the law, that could guide me and lead me and direct me, and I got better at understanding the law and procedure. There was a video on YouTube that y'all probably would find very dry and boring, but this lady, shout out to her, I can't think of her name, but she's an esteemed lawyer and professor. She's a tall, slim white lady, and she has a video, I think it was from Cornell Law School, on procedural law. I read, went on to the United States District Court website and read the writings on procedure, because that's very important. You must follow legal procedure. And while I'm not a lawyer, you still have to like put your mind in that framework. You have to read. You have to be willing to read case law, state law. And that's how I won my appellate case. Personal jurisdiction. I mean, I lost the first go round. The judge said, I'm not talking about the copyright infringement. I'm switching gears a little bit. The state case that I at first lost, I turned around and won it. I lost the state case because the argument was you don't have personal jurisdiction. And in my heart and in my mind, just being a thinker, I think. I don't always go off of what people tell me. I question people. That's what you have to do. I said, no, I knew in my heart, no, there's a law that will prove that I do have personal jurisdiction. And I went and I studied. Stetson, shout out to Stetson Law School, because it's open to lay people like me. And I went and I studied, read case law, put together a pro se brief. And long story short, and again, this is public record. Nothing that I'm saying on here is made up. You can verify it. I went and filed my pro se brief from a case that I lost in Florida State Court. I lost it. Judge said, you don't have personal jurisdiction. And in my head, being the thinker and fighter that I am, it's natural to me. I said, she's wrong. I didn't say that to the judge, but in my head, I said, she's wrong. And turns out I was right. And I filed an appeal in the 2nd District Court of Appeals right here in Florida. and ended up winning. I think there's like 9 justices, and they sided with me. I got the opinion. I told y'all I'm very meticulous in my filings. Okay, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me. Y'all can say I'm loud, I'm ratchet, I'm ghetto, but I'm a very intelligent person, and I'm relentless. This is really not about intellect. Anybody can learn anything if they're relentless, if they're willing to put in the work. So again, my bachelor's is in history, my master's is in political science, so I was already well averse to reading. Reading doesn't bother me. Like, okay, let's get this read. Let me dissect this. Let me read some case law. Let me talk to some lawyers. You know, let me figure out how to write a petition, how to write a brief, all that. Put that thing together, filed it pro se in the 2nd District Court of Appeals, and won. And this is, again, I want to stress that this is public record. So I have no reason to come on here and lie. I don't have to prove nothing to nobody because I've already won my cases. The only person that I had to prove anything to is the judges, those justices. They are the ones that are the decision makers, and they, you know, I got a $37,000 judgment. It's right here. I mean, I don't have to lie. It's right here. A $37,000 judgment for my federal case. That's the monetary judgment that I received. But I was just making a point that when I was fighting in the state courts, and I begin to understand, like when I'll see brothers and sisters, where they'll talk about the Innocence Project, and I'm subscribed to the Innocence Project, and how their brothers and sisters in there, they say I'm wrongfully convicted. That's why I say people that take plea deals, people always talk about somebody took a plea deal. Well, a lot of those people, especially if they're black, that are taking plea deals, are actually innocent. They took the plea deal because they didn't have the representation and they were at risk of probably getting more time. So the state is making an arrangement with them in exchange for, you know, you get reduced time and you don't have to spend the court's resources in the court. But it's a problem with that, because a lot of those people are actually innocent and they're pleading guilty. And so when I see brothers and sisters that have, you know, they're in prison, and I know people that have fought their case, and they study and they write them briefs, and their convictions get overturned. Woo! I understand it, because I've done it. And I got so much respect for them. Like, if I was an attorney, believe me, I would be working on on getting people's convictions overturned. I would be fighting, because I understand the process of what you have. You have to fight. You have to push aside the television. You got to push aside the entertainment. That's what I did. No TV. Getting up every day. I mean, I always run. I run, drink my water, you know, whatever. Some days I would get up angry, but I was always driven by the fact I got to get justice. And this is what I got to do. I got to dissect the law. I got to learn case law. And I don't know everything. You know, I had to ask for help and reach out and ask people to help. But in the end, I knew I had this gut instinct that I was right. I said, I got personal jurisdiction. I knew I had it. And sure enough, if y'all go read, if you read the appellate, 2nd District Court of Appeals, if you read the appellate case law, you're going to see Rashida Strober pro se, and you're going to read the justice's opinion. They sided with me. These are the facts. I'm giving y'all straight facts. I'm not giving you emotions. I'm not giving you hate. I'm not giving you love. I'm giving you what is factual. So the 2nd District Court of Appeals, I won. The lower court's decision was overturned in July of 2022. It was overturned. So what happened was, when the appellate court agreed with me, they said, we got to take this back down to the lower court, the state court, and you got a new trial. And that's how a lot of the people that are innocent, dealing with the Innocence Project, that's how they end up getting their sentences overturned. Because a lot of them, think about it, they got a lot of time on their hands. So if you know you innocent, instead of you in there fooling around and doing ignorant stuff, you end up, I know people that done been in the law library, turned into excellent lawyers, excellent brief writers, better than some of these attorneys that done went to law school. because they had nothing but time on their hand. And they had this burning desire in their heart. They knew that they were innocent, and they was going to prove it. They was going to spend the rest of their life proving it. And let me tell you something. Those people I love. I love a person that is just like relentless like that, because that's me. That's me. I mean, y'all, some people be hating on me. They come on here, hate on me, call me all kind of... I don't care about none of that. When I know that I'm right, and I know that an injustice has occurred, when I know that I have a legal cause of action, I'm going to fight for myself. I'm going to fight for myself. And that's what I did. And I ended up winning in the appellate court. The appellate court sent the case back down to the state court, and I had a new trial, and I won. So, but the state court and the appellate court, there was no monetary judgments. But the federal court, that was my copyright infringement, and that's where I won. And yep, so today, this is all the paperwork right here from my attorney. And like I said, this is public record. The United States District Court, Middle District of Florida, case number 820CV2663 MSS JSS. Then you got the United States District Court of the Northern District of Georgia, case number 1822 MI0057. And then you got Henry County State case number STSV 202-300-1249. So those are all the case numbers right there. And like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably bring my attorney, Life Malcolm is his name. You can find him on Facebook. He's a wonderful human being, phenomenal attorney. I have nothing but positive things to say about him. He fights for justice, the justice of the people. He's a very caring, giving person. He's just an amazing human being. He will listen to you and understand you and apply the law. That's the thing. You have to have what's called a cause of action. It has to be legitimate. You can't come into court just, suing frivolously. You cannot do that. You actually have to have a cause of action. And I meticulously spoke to so many lawyers and went over my case with a lot of attorneys and came to the conclusion, this is my cause of action and this is my cause of action, and pursued it. So yeah. Hey, California girl. Hey, Game Changer and Tone 202 and Ryan's Creek and everybody that's watching. But yes, y'all, this check right here is actually the voided check. It's the voided check. And I ain't saying no names, but this is the check right here. This is the lawyer wrote me a check. It's right here, but the courts wrote the lawyer a check. Whenever you have a lawyer collecting a judgment, the judgment goes to, the check goes to the attorney, and then the attorney disperses the check to you. So I have the actual check. Like I said, I don't have to show all of that. I could. I have it. But again, Google me. This is public record. I mean, it's not that that big of a deal. Short and Cute says, "Hey Rashida, what do you think about the Young Jeezy and Jeannie Mai divorce?" You know what? I'm gonna have to talk about that. Hey, The Cure. Yeah. So everybody, that's another thing I want to say, because I gotta get out of here, because I gotta get to somebody's house. I'm actually at their house right now, and I know they're waiting on me. But everybody and their mama told me that I would never win my cases. They said, stop. This is why I don't listen to people. When you know that you are right, okay? When you know that you are right, ignore. You need to ignore. People are not going to like you for that. They're going to call you all kind of names like stubborn, bullheaded. I've been called so many names. One name's not going to count. But I ignore everybody that was telling me I was going to be in court for years and I was never going to get no money. I was never going to get no justice. What you have to do is ignore that. That's what I did. I shut out all of those people and kept going. I had tunnel vision. I had a target. And that's what you have to do. Okay. Yes, the cure. Yep, I got a the total judgment is $37,000. Actually, there's some change on here. Hold on. The total judgment $37,488.20. That's the total judgment. Yep. And so again, this is a federal case. And this is the breakdown of, y'all would not be able to see this anyway, but this is a breakdown of where the monies went to. It's a breakdown right here that I received from the attorney. This is the breakdown right here. So it's all right there. But this is just my copy of it. And like I said, what I might do. Yay, you're gonna donate. Oh, I appreciate that. Yes, the Cash App is $RASHIDA'S. I love donations. $RASHIDA'S. Once again, $RASHIDA'S. Yes, I am still collecting my donations to build the Dark Skin Activist Tour. And yeah, so I will not tolerate injustice on social media, online. You know, I have won my federal case. Like I said, won a judgment, $37,488.20. That is what a federal judge awarded me, and I am very thankful and grateful to God. It's been so long. Hey, Angel, snap. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate that. Snipe Women says, if this is all over, okay. Snipe Women, I'm not bragging about anything. This is not about me bragging. This is about me speaking on my case, in which I have a constitutional right of freedom of speech to come and speak on my own case and my experiences. In fact, I'm gonna probably bring my attorney, Life Malcolm, on, and he will be able to speak more about the case in a legal sense, so that we understand everything that's at stake here, and so that we understand our rights when we are online. I wish that I could get my other attorney that helped me win my state case. She's a Hispanic female, a very, very wonderful human being. I have so much respect for her. I don't know if she would be willing to come on, but I do know for a fact that my attorney, Life Malcolm, would love to come on here. He's already said that he would come on my channel and speak about, we wanted to have a discussion about the case, about the legal parameters of what people should do, because you can learn a lot from my case. And that's why it was another reason why it was so important to me to pursue justice, because I knew that I was not the only victim. I knew that my case would set a legal precedent, and that's what it has done. It set a legal precedent, and I'm just like so grateful, because I went through hell and back. I went through so much injustice. My rights were violated. Excuse me, the law was violated, and I'm just grateful to God, y'all. I'm just grateful to God, you know. And like I said, y'all just Google me. Google the Dark Skin Activist. Google Rashida Strober. I mean, it is what it is. And yes, that's what happened. Got the legal paperwork here. $37,488.20. Yep, that's the amount of the check. Took almost 3 years. 3 years. So it's been a long time coming. So yes, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. Ivan Reed, that particular individual is next, actually. Justice sometimes can take a long time, but again, I am literally a marathon runner. I ran the Atlanta Peachtree Road Race. I am not a sprinter, so I don't mind the wait. I don't mind the long road to justice. I don't mind. I have the stomach for it. I have the tenacity for it. So I don't look at it as something just because I don't get the justice right now, I'm gonna keep pursuing it. So yeah, but that particular individual is next. Yes, I'm working on some things legally right now in regards to that. So yes, Angel Snuff says so many people talk crap about taking folks to court, but you actually done it. Big ups. Yeah, I not only did I do it, but I actually won 3 times. I won in the federal court, the state court, and the appellate court. And again, for anybody that's out here, because if you say that I didn't win, you're actually defaming me and you're slandering me because you're lying on me, because I did. It's public record. Simple as that. Google me. I'm gonna get you out of here, T-Pain, because you on here thinking that somebody got something to prove to you, and you just need to leave. I don't have anything to prove to you. I don't have nothing to prove to you. You're not the judge. You're not my attorney. You ain't donated no money to help me. So I don't even understand why are you here. I don't have nothing to prove to you. And since you're so intelligent, you should know or understand, I just stated that it's a judgment, which means the party that caused the problem has to pay me. And that's exactly what happened. The cure, I don't care about none of that. See, don't get me started now, because that's one thing about me. If you start triggering me and I know that you done committed some type of legal infraction against me, I will sue you. You're not gonna even see it coming. I will sue you. I will fight you in court. So don't do that. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. They don't know how the courts work, Angel Snuff 7. They don't understand that if you go to court, if you take somebody to court and the judge rules in your favor and the judge states that this particular person has to pay you monetary damages, then that means the person that you took to court won against them, and the judge has made a decision that this is what they need to pay you. Then there's an order put in place that states that this person must pay XYZ. And then in this particular case, the judge ordered $37,488.20. Well, the cure, just wait for all of it to come out in court. If you don't understand, that's okay. It's not for you to understand. You see, I don't pay attention to public opinion, because if I paid attention to public opinion, I would have never won these cases. So what I would tell you is, if you don't understand, then what you can do is you can go read the court case, because it will be public record and you will be able to look up the case and go read it, just like with this case right here. Because every grievance that I have that's legal, that's a legal cause of action, it will be put in writing. So you will understand it. People act like they don't understand, but let me tell you something. When a good lawyer gets involved and is able to effectively argue your case, they'll understand it then. And Ray, why are you on here attacking Angel Snuff? Like, really? I'm not on here to attack nobody. I'm not on here to attack anybody. I'm on here simply to speak on my case. But it's looking like the best thing for me to do is to go ahead and, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just not let you comment, because we're not going to keep coming in here talking about this person. We're not doing that. Nah. We're not going to do that. You're being disrespectful to me right now, and we're not doing that. You're not going to come on my live talking about a person that I don't want to discuss. I told you I'm going to deal with that person in a court of law. That's how we going to do that. Okay? I'm going to deal with the person in a court of law. It's just that simple. Okay? So there you have it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some of these people out of here. Because sometimes what I tend to do is give people too much of a chance and let them keep commenting on my channel. But they become disrespectful. And so I have to just remove you. But that's it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. And, you know, yeah, that's it. At some point in time, I will be coming on to my channel to discuss my case with my attorney. So for those of you that want to get a legal understanding, we will do that. And so that you can start to understand what your rights are. Okay. All right, y'all. Good night.